Good morning, folks. Welcome to the lecture summary for Sociology 250, Sociology Gender. This is the last lecture, an incredibly short lecture because I want you guys to just focus on your papers today. Overall, I mean, let's be honest, this was a new course for me. I really wanted to do a lot of exploration in the classroom, a lot of asking questions of students and feeding off of students in order to build on ideas. If you remember from the beginning of the semester, I was saying, like, when it comes to race and racism and race scholarship, there are these big historic moments that come to changes in society when it comes to race, and a lot of those moments were, 150 years ago, 50 years ago, the big history that everyone makes reference to. But when it comes to the history of gender and gender equality and sex and sexuality, this is it. This is the decade. This is the history that we're living through right now, which is why so much of the language in this class we can either adopt or it would just kind of fade away into the ethers because we're not sure exactly how we're going to be using this language. So overall, in this just very last lecture, I just wanted to talk about, like, the undoing and the dismantling of patriarchy and the dismantling of gender normalization. There is this, I suppose you could say, a concern about the benefits of that. There's the obvious benefits for men in a patriarchal structure. Assumed power, assumed superiority, but then there's also, the androcentrism involved in that as well, where, the more masculine you act as a man, the more praise you get. So, in a sense, patriarchy is also damaging to men if men do not live up to those masculine standards, what many may call toxic masculinity. There's a version of masculinity that is praised in our culture, but it is also can be very dangerous to men, bringing down their life expectancy, damaging their bodies, damaging one's self-esteem. Men are not allowed to really focus that much on themselves and their emotions and their emotional selves, even their intellectual selves sometimes. And this is one of the problems of patriarchy. Some of the benefits of patriarchy to women are if you act out traditional gender roles and you kind of set yourself up to be a pretty girl, there's plenty of praise that comes with that. There's plenty of attention that comes with that. There's plenty of social rewards that come with acting out a traditional sex object or acting out a traditional domestic role in a patriarchal culture. It's not pure hell if you do things in order to receive the praise that comes with it. But obviously that's equally as damaging. No one's ever said this phrase before, but we probably could talk about toxic femininity as well. You look at a lot of female Instagram stars, for example. To me, they all kind of look the same because they're all kind of like moving towards the same standard of beauty. How one does their eyebrows, their makeup, their nose, the size of their lips, all just like driving towards the exact same standard of gender normalization. And that speaks volumes to our patriarchal structure that is still there. It is not challenging to patriarchy at all. And kind of just fits into the patriarchal gaze, for that matter. So that can also be damaging to women, damaging to self-esteem, damaging to oneself a sense of self. So I just wanted to acknowledge in this lecture how there's some benefits, and there's a way to play this game in patriarchy that gives you rewards for both men and women. A lot of those rewards feel good, but they can be damaging as well. So that's all I wanted to consider is, when it comes to gender equality going into the future. Are we willing to let go of those advantages, of the disadvantages in patriarchy? We're going to have to be quite honest. So listen, thank you all for your patience. Thank you all for a great semester. I had a really great time in the classroom. It was really good going through all this material, and I hope to see you guys around. Maybe some of you join my summer courses. I have no idea. But otherwise, take care. and I'll see you guys. I look forward to your papers, and the exam will be posted next week, next Tuesday, okay? Look for it under assignments, and otherwise, that's it. Happy semester.